Dogs have been a part of Eastern Kentucky University since 1947, when Mozart wandered onto campus and into Eastern Kentucky University's heart. Becoming an unofficial mascot for 17 years, Mozart could be found all over campus, from the ravine to music classes. After his passing, Mozart's memory was honored by burying him in one of his favorite spots in the ravine. His collar can also be found on display in the library. But Mozart is no longer the only dog representing Eastern Kentucky University. Meet Colonel Cooper and his handler Megan Martin. The duo work in the admissions office recruiting future colonels.
So he's been to about 60 different high schools in Eastern Kentucky and West Virginia, and he comes to work with me pretty regularly. The students seem to like him, and the people that come through campus visits seem to enjoy him as well.
When he's not the star recruiter, Colonel Cooper is a good citizen and puts in his time doing community service.
We were certified with a National Therapy Dog organization as a therapy dog and handler team. We work mostly in nursing homes. He loves the oldsters.
But it is important to note, per university policy, Eastern Kentucky University is not in fact pet-friendly. That doesn't stop a lot of people from bringing untrained animals to campus without permission.
As far as on campus, he doesn't have any legal reasons why he should be here. We just work really hard with our training and get permission to bring him on campus.
Some people try to cheat the system by slapping a vest on a dog and calling it a service dog or emotional support animal. This has caused issues on campus for dogs that are allowed to be here.
While Cooper has spent a lot of time with me on campus, we've run into some issues with service dogs or dogs that are labeled as emotional support. There was a young lady, and I knew her personally, and I know that she got this dog from the shelter, and she slapped a vest on it the next day that she got off Amazon that said service dog. There was no training or anything. And we were on campus, and her dog was very, very dog reactive. And so her dog came after us and attacked him in the middle of the quad. And it was just really scary because her dog was humongous and I couldn't separate them. There's just been so many instances of it, but it's just really frustrating to see that kind of stuff happen, and it negatively affects other working dogs or poor little critters like him.
But what can we as a school do to help protect working dogs?
Really, the only way that we begin to separate the true assistance animals from those that are being misrepresented is the animal's behavior. I've always encouraged students, if you see an animal that's not behaving like a true assistance animal, send a report to the student conduct office. You can also report it to your RA or the residence hall director, and they can submit a report as well.
Service dogs are much more than just a vest. They perform life-saving and independence-granting tasks.
I think my biggest concern are those that are misrepresenting. I think if those who are misrepresenting their animals would understand that people who have these animals have either a mental health condition, a physical mobility issues where they can't pick up things, or visual impairment, or hearing impairment, where they need the animal to be their eyes or ears. I'd like to say to those that are misrepresenting, are you willing to give those up so that you can have a dog? And I'm sure they would say no.
The university's assistance dogs policy pulls from federal ADA law and the recently revised state law.
Kentucky just passed a statute over the summer, KRS 383.085, but that simply states that if a person is proven to have misrepresented an assistance animal, they can be charged and fined up to $1,000.
Eastern Kentucky University wants to provide a safe environment for working dog teams. The Accessibility Office is here for students and to help make the transition into classes with a service dog much easier.
We can provide the faculty member with an adjustment letter or accommodation letter that includes the fact that you do have an assistance animal. And we do that just as sort of a support for you if the faculty member questions that the animal may not be an assistance animal.
Registering with the Accessibility Office is completely voluntary. They cannot require you to register your dog or disclose your disability. However, keeping a record of the dogs on campus helps cut down on fake service dogs and possible dangerous encounters on campus.
We appreciate when a student who has a genuine assistance animal just comes to our office and says, I just want to be up front and let you know that this is a legitimate assistance animal.
As students, we can also look out for and educate about working dogs.
EKU has a lot of really awesome opportunities to start registered student organizations. I would love to see an organization on campus that talks about responsible dog ownership and talks about the differences between therapy animals, emotional support animals, service dogs, just to educate the public. Dogs are really helpful for people in lots of different ways. They even help our university in recruitment. So there are so many benefits to responsible dog ownership, and I think that a club like that on campus would not only attract a lot of students, but do a lot of good.
Dogs are no stranger to Eastern Kentucky University's campus. From Mozart in 1947 to present-day recruiting staff Colonel Cooper, And not to mention the many working dog teams present, EKU will remain a dog-loving campus. But it is our job to help keep it safe for those dogs who were granted permission, either by the facility or by federal law, to be here.